Welcome back, everyone, to another short sermon by me. Today is Sunday, March 7th, 2021. And today I'm going to talk about the 8th commandment. If you look in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 15, it will say, "Thou shalt not steal." And so today I am going to talk about why you should not steal from people, because this is one of the 10 commandments, and it is more important than lying. So we're going to figure out what it is. But before I do, I want to quote from the book of John, the Gospel of John, chapter 10, verse 10. It says right here that the thief comes only to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So one of them is stealing. So if anything happens that involves stealing or killing or destruction, it is from the enemy, not God. God did not cause, think back 1 year ago when the Tennessee tornado storms happened, which caused the destruction of homes. That was not from God. Some people think that the tornado was the finger of God, but no, it was actually from the enemy. It makes contact with the ground anyway. So first, stealing is a lesser form, and then killing, and then destruction is the worst of them all, because the destruction of a city is more catastrophic than just killing one person. Now, I identified 5 areas of stealing, which, now let me identify them. The first one is joy. The first thing that the enemy tries to steal from people is their joy. I will represent this with a cookie. Alright? This cookie represents everything you have. Alright? Now, if you complain that you do not have something, first of all, Satan cannot steal anything from you unless you give him an open door, because Satan has no power. But if you give him an open door, then he can take a piece of what you have. So the first thing is joy. Now look, you still got most of it, but a big bite just got taken out from what you have. The second thing that the enemy tries to steal from people are their gifts and talents. Because the only way that you are actually going to make something, or something that you're good at, is because you have the skill and talent to do so. Now, if you lose that skill, watch what happens. Now you cannot perform what you enjoy doing. The third thing that the enemy tries to steal from people is their possessions. Like material objects. So the fourth thing that the enemy tries to steal from people is money. Finances. You cannot buy anything without money, and you cannot get through life without money. So, if you're having a financial downside, it is the enemy trying to steal your money. So, what happens? Now there's only one more piece left of this cookie. You know what is the last thing that the enemy tries to steal from people? Their health. Health is the last thing that the enemy will look for to try to steal from people, because after that, they're gone. So, watch what happens. Look what happened to this cookie. It got reduced to this little itty thing. So, as we know, stealing is bad. Now, this little thing that's left is the person's life. When that's going to take it, they're gone. So it is important to be thankful for what you have. So let me review the 5 categories of possessions. Joy, gifts and talents, possessions, money, and finally, health. Now, why I'm talking about what someone can be robbed of, well, it just shows right there that humans are not supposed to steal from people. When we usually think of this, we usually think of a thief or robber breaking into someone's house and stealing the money. But stealing can involve not just tangible things, but also intangible things, such as, well, the intangible things would have been joy, gifts, and talents. So, Satan tries to steal the intangible things first. Then comes the tangible things, which is possessions, money, health, etc. So, when you steal from people, you are not practicing good stewardship. You could steal any one of those 5 things, and actually, when you steal from someone, the blame is not on the person, but on you. So, and God will give the person back what he just lost. You know, like if you steal someone's money, then God would just give the person back the money plus more. Now, if you read the Torah, we figure out that if someone took something that was valuable to someone, they would have to pay it back with the full price. Although today, it seems like that they can only pay part of the price and that they would be relieved from it. However, back in Bible times, they had to pay the full price plus more. They would actually have to pay the full price plus 20% of the price of the object that was stolen. Some men actually gave more than that. For example, Zacchaeus, he took from people, and when he met Jesus and he was forgiven, he decided that he was going to pay everyone 4 times more than what he has taken everyone. Now that is generous. Now I'm not saying you have to go around and pay 400% more of what you stole from everyone, but you should pay at least the full price plus 20%. Now, another thing that I want to mention before this video is over is that you have to give to people, but you also have to give to God, because if you do not tithe, you're stealing from God. That's even worse. You have to bring 10%, at least 10% of your money and your produce to God. Now, people usually tithe off money, but they can also tithe 10% of their garden's produce or anything else that they work for, because they're supposed to give 10% of that income to God, and if you do not, you're stealing from Him. So, tithing is very important and if you do not tithe, then the enemy can steal your money. But if you do tithe, then you will become more prosperous. There's no logic behind this, okay? Well, I'm out of time for today, and I'll come back next time as I teach you about the 9th commandment. But in the meantime, see you later. Right now I'm at the defeated park, but come back next time.